My name is Anna Westbrook, and I'm the real author and illustrator of You Can't Read This Book. Today I'm going to show you how to draw the author. The first thing you need to draw is an oval for his head, as big or small as you would like it to be. His hair is made up of several spikes. You'll start over here, about where his ear would be, halfway down his face. And you put 4 spikes, and then a big spike and 4 smaller spikes again. His ears will go on either side of his head, and we will actually skip his face and move on to his body. The face is the most important part, so we need to save it for last. Draw 2 lines for the neck, and then a line right here, just a little curved line to represent the top of his t-shirt. His shoulders are 2 lines that are slightly curved and then straight, about that long or a little longer, depending on how long you want his arms to be. Next, draw 2 parallel lines to represent the trunk of his body, or his chest, and a line to represent the top of his pants. You can now do 2 triangles right here, and this is the space in between his arms and his body. And then we'll move on to where his hands go. The author's hands are resting on his hips. If you rest your hands on your hips, you'll see that you will put 4 fingers in front of your hips and your thumb behind. So that's what the author does, and we show that by doing 4 little lumps. And then we don't draw the thumb, and instead we do a backward C, and the same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a normal C. Next, we connect his arms like that, and then we put an A on his t-shirt, which stands for Anna. If you would like to put a different letter on his t-shirt standing for your name, I will not stop you, and I honestly will never know. Next, we put a line down here and a line down here for his legs. Make them a little longer. He can be as tall as you want him to be. Line there, and then a triangle to separate his legs. His shoes are next, and his shoes are just a line, little curve, and a line, and connect it. It almost looks like there's a number 5 right here. You see that? That's a good way to draw it. You do the same thing over here, and he dots his feet. Now we just need to go on to his face. Now there are several ways to draw his face, and before we choose what we'll do here, we're going to practice some facial expressions. There are 3 things you need to make different facial expressions for the author. Those are eyeballs, eyebrows, and a mouth. These are the things that will change every time you change the author's attitude. Everything else on his face will stay the same. To practice drawing facial expressions, we need to draw 3 faces without any expressions on them. After we've drawn all 3 faces, we can then start to put a different facial expression on each one. One face will be normal. The eyeballs will be right in the middle of the eye, making it look like the author is staring directly at us. The eyebrows will be right above the eye, slightly curved, and the mouth will be a little smile. Now we are going to make him look angry by putting his eyeballs at the bottom of his eyes, giving him slanted eyebrows, and drawing a frowny face. Lastly, we'll make him look surprised and upset by drawing his eyeballs at the top of his eyes, lifting his eyebrows up a little bit, and drawing his mouth open wide and filled in. Alright, so now that we've practiced some facial expressions, we decide what we would like to draw on the author's face. I think I would like to make him being angry. So I will draw his eyes normal, just 2 ovals. I will make him staring directly at me. I won't make him mad at you. He'll be mad at me. I will put a nose for him, a frowny face, and then the angry eyebrows. So there he is. The last thing you can draw when drawing the author are his accessories. He always has a copy of You Can't Read This Book with him. If you just draw a trapezoid, that is You Can't Read This Book, and then a little page behind him, and then label it book. Now over here we will give his pencil, which we just draw a rectangle, a triangle, and half of a circle. That is his pencil. The last thing you should do is label your drawing the author, or give him another name, I won't tell. Since I'm making this, I like to put a slash and my initials, which are AW. You can put your initials there and then sign your work. My signature looks like a horrible scribble. I know, that is okay. Now it's time to color your picture of the author. I have colors that I use every time, but you can color whatever you want because it is your picture. I would love to see all of the pictures that you made, and all you have to do is either have your parent post one to the You Can't Read This Book Facebook page, or email the author at theauthorYCRTB@gmail.com. I can't wait to see how the drawings look.